Yo, what's up guys, it's Stormy, and today's episode is just gonna be me, okay? No guests, no nothing, just me sitting here because I don't even know how to process this, right? So the news dropped, and I've been staring at my monitor for like 2 hours, just thinking about it. Green is gone, dude. Like completely gone, no one knows where he is, and it's like, what do you even do with that, okay? I keep going back to that statement he put out before he vanished, right? I read that whole thing twice, and I think that's the reason, man. Like, he put something that heavy out into the world, and then, like, you just stick around and pretend everything's normal? I get it, dude. I actually get it more than people think. The whole thing about the friendship being this weird trauma bonding situation, like, I've been there, okay? I met Samantha on Discord. We started talking about random stuff, and then it got deep real quick. And you form this attachment that doesn't even make sense to people who are in it, right? My boys would be like, bro, you've been on Discord for 4 hours. I'm like, you don't understand, okay? This is different. But reading that statement, the part about being like a dog, just taking whatever they give you at a different app. And then the video thing, sending a suicide note to someone you know from the internet. Look, I'm not gonna say I've never done something dumb when I wasn't in a good headspace, okay? I've texted Samantha stuff at like 3 a.m. that I look back off. And I'm like, what was I thinking, right? But this is on a whole different level. The part that gets me though is the Green involvement, right? Green stepping in, trying to be the mediator, checking up on people. That's a lot of weight, okay? People forget that Green is like a person too. He's not just this commentary figure who handles everyone's drama. Samantha told me once she was like, Stormy, you can't expect one person to be your everything. And I was like, yeah, whatever, okay? But she was right, dude. She's usually right about stuff like that. Everyone was dumping all this emotional weight on Green and he just reached a point, right? The statement talks about the overdose on stream, sending messages to Green about methods. Imagine being the person who gets that message, okay? That's not something you just walk away from, dude. I remember watching Green streams early on and thinking, this guy's actually pretty cool, okay? He had this energy where you felt like he actually cared, right? And maybe that's the problem. Maybe he cared too much and it ate him alive. The whole thing about being too mentally unstable to continue in this space. That's not something you just come back from easy. And Green navigating all of that, being accused of thinking there was a love triangle. Being told he was an enemy like bro, that's exhausting, okay? I deal with drama on Discord and I need like a full day to recover, right? So, I can't imagine handling all of this publicly. But Final Fantasy streams and singing badly on paper it's funny, right? But when you read the context and realize what was going through his head, it's not funny anymore, dude. People are gonna have their theories, okay? They always do. But I think the truth is simpler than people want it to be, right? I think Green just got tired, man. Tired of being the guy everyone turns to when things go sideways. And honestly, I respect you in a way, okay? Not the disappearing part because people are worried, dude, people actually care. But the part where he's like, I need to step away, I need to not be this person anymore, I get that, man. Sometimes I think about just deleting everything and starting over, right? Samantha would kill me if I did that without telling her, okay? Anyway, I don't know where Green is. I don't know if he's coming back. I just hope he's okay, dude, for real. And I hope whoever wrote that statement is getting help too, because that was a lot to read, okay? Behind every username is just some dude sitting in his room, you know? Alright, that's the podcast, guys. I'll see you next time, if there's a next time, okay? Peace.